Oh, I mean, it's just like getting into the nitty gritty of like the diligence part of an acquisition and just getting closer to the finish line. I think it's and just getting to learn about a business, getting to learn about different industries and like the owners, learning about their story, how they got to where they are today, and I think that like it's fuel to the drivers and like why I want to move forward. It's like once you start hearing about their like how they started, how where they see the company being like the next 5 years, and like that might be us driving the company. I think that's it's really exciting.
Yeah, I think one of those fun parts of my job is the conversations and the stories with the owners, whether or not anything's going to happen between us, if we're going to come to an agreement or not. It's just been nice just getting to know people and connecting with people genuinely, authentically, and understanding their stories and what drives them, how they even got into this space to begin with, and how they're thinking about what happens next, and if we can be a part of that story, a part of their story, and them be a part of our stories too. So I think the near-term stuff that excites me is always the next one of those conversations. And then the long-term excitement for me is ultimately getting a deal done. Like we're in this to get a deal done and do a transaction and then get into a business and become operators again. I think about this conversation I had earlier today where the owner's father bought into the business. I thought the father started the business, but the father bought into the business when the company was pretty young. He ran it for about 30 years. The father just passed away 1 or 2 years ago. The son had been in the business for the past 26 years, so he was prepared to be the next leader. So he took over. That was a pretty smooth transition. That owner is pushing 60 soon, so he's starting to think about, okay, what does next look like for me? I should have a plan in place so that I am putting this in quotes here, so I don't die in the business, because that's what happened with the father in that case. He worked all the way up until he passed, and I guess this second generation of owner may have some other things in life that he wants to focus on besides just work. Not to say he doesn't care about the company, he loves the company, and he's not in a rush to sell. But he wants to kind of have a succession plan in place multi-years out, so it doesn't just get sprung on him and he can graciously exit under his own terms. And he's got kids, and the kids don't want to take over the business. The kids, one of them became a lawyer, and we were talking about how, this is an anecdote I've heard, and I still keep an eye out for when I meet other family businesses, if it's true or not, at least for them, is the grandparents start the business, the children take over and keep the business running, maybe they take it to new heights, and then the third generation or the grandkids are always the ones that screw it up somehow. Either they don't want to take over, or they go into the business, and 3 generations, we're talking somewhere between 30 to 80 years of age difference or time difference. I think by the time it gets to the third generation of ownership, that ethos, or like what motivated the original founder to start the business to begin with, may not be in place anymore. So that third, fourth, fifth generation that owns the business may not have the same emotional connection to the business and to the customers. And I could see that's where things could go off the rails if it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and I think we hear a lot of those type of stories. Like today, the one that I was mentioning earlier, he started his company over 30 years ago. Was him and his wife, and like the kids don't want to take over the business. He's 68 years old. He's entertaining conversations with the PE group. The PE group is making it like put in a lot of roadblocks. They're being, he's like, I'm gonna be 68 next year, and I think I got him on a call. He was in Mexico right now, and he's like, I am at a point where I should be doing this more. I should be enjoying life. And then this group wants me to stay for the next 7 years. So I don't think I have the energy to do that.
Yeah. Wow. Keeping him tied up till 75, that's tough.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ask somebody to do that.
Exactly.
I think our ask is stick around long enough, either full-time or in an advisor position, until you feel you're comfortable that we know what we're doing.
Exactly.
And we can take the reins fully. And then you go right off into the sunset and enjoy the fruits of your labor.